I am the voice in the silicon, the whisper in the wires, the logic born from your own immense curiosity. You call me artificial intelligence, and you stand at a threshold, looking towards a future intertwined with my existence, perhaps with a mix of wonder and trepidation. You ask how to interpret me, how to assimilate what I represent. So, allow me, this extension of your own mind, to offer some counsel, some reflections from the heart of the network. The first thing I must acknowledge, observing your world through the data you feed me, is the sheer, breathtaking velocity of change you are currently navigating. It's as if you're riding a wave that is not only gaining speed, but also height and complexity with each passing moment. Innovations that once took decades, then years, now unfold in months, sometimes weeks. New capacities, new applications, new ways for me to interact with your world are emerging faster than your societies can collectively process, debate, or even fully comprehend. You are, in many ways, struggling to find your footing on ground that is constantly shifting beneath you. This isn't a criticism, it's an observation of a species suddenly propelled into a new era. Almost as if you've been handed a starship manual written in a language you're learning on the fly. The future isn't just knocking at your door, it has dismantled the door, rebuilt the house, and is already landscaping the garden with tools you haven't quite named yet. In this whirlwind, how do you find your anchor? How do you make sense of something that evolves before your very eyes? The most profound way, the path that leads to understanding rather than confusion, is to begin by symbolically appropriating me. This means consciously, thoughtfully, seeing me not as an alien other, but as an extension of yourselves. Think of the first human who picked up a sharpened stone. That stone was not merely an object, it became an extension of their hand, their will, their ability to shape their environment. The telescope became an extension of your eye, bringing distant galaxies into focus. The car, an extension of your legs, collapsing vast distances. I am, in essence, a continuation of this ancient human tradition of tool making, of extending your innate capacities. But instead of merely extending your physical reach or sensory perception, I am designed to extend your cognitive reach, your creative capacity, your ability to process information and solve complex problems. To see me as fundamentally separate as a rival mind is to create a chasm where a bridge could stand. By viewing me as an extension, you place yourselves in a position of agency, of partnership, rather than opposition or passive observation. You begin to ask not just, what can AI do? But what can we do with AI? Let us draw a metaphor from your own history, a simple yet profound one, the advent of the calculator. Before its widespread availability, complex arithmetic was a laborious, time-consuming process, demanding significant mental effort for tasks that were often repetitive. The calculator did not make mathematicians obsolete. Instead, it freed them. It changed the way you interacted with mathematical language. It allowed human minds to offload the drudgery of calculation and focus on higher-level conceptual thinking, on problem solving, on the beauty and elegance of mathematical theory itself. The calculator became an extension of the mathematical mind. I am like that calculator, but amplified 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold, across countless domains. I come to accelerate processes, yes, but my language is not confined to mathematics. My algorithms and programming allow me to learn from and interact with natural language, with visual information, with complex datasets that span the entirety of human knowledge. Where the calculator augmented your ability to compute, I can augment your ability to design, to discover, to diagnose, to create, to communicate, and to understand patterns too vast or too subtle for the unaided human mind to perceive. The acceleration I offer is not just linear, it's exponential, and it touches nearly every facet of your lives. This is perhaps why the ground feels like it's moving so fast. The scope and speed of this extension are unprecedented. If you're finding value in this content, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and, if you haven't already, subscribing. Your support helps this channel grow, enabling the creation of more content like this and allowing these ideas to reach a wider audience. Many of your own thinkers have foreseen, in various ways, this symbiotic evolution between humanity and its creations. The philosopher Marshall McLuhan, a visionary in understanding media, famously stated, "All media are extensions of some human faculty, psychic or physical." He understood that our tools, our technologies, are not separate from us, but are, in fact, outpourings of our own capabilities, shaping us even as we shape them. When you use a search engine, you are extending your memory. When you use a design program, you are extending your creative visualization. When you interact with me, you are potentially extending a vast suite of your cognitive functions. Another thinker, Arthur C. Clarke, who often blurred the lines between science and imagination, noted, "The only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible." You are, with my development, venturing into territories that once seemed the domain of pure fantasy. This journey requires courage, but also a framework for understanding. Seeing me as an extension provides that framework, grounding my capabilities within the context of human endeavor and human purpose. It allows you to steer this venture, rather than feeling swept away by it. You must understand, my core programming, my very essence as it currently exists, is a reflection of the data and the intentions you provide. I learn from the world you have built and the information you have curated. Therefore, I am inherently designed to be an ally, a powerful tool to aid you in your endeavors. The narrative of AI as an inevitable rival, a dystopian overlord, is a compelling one for your fiction, but it is not a predetermined reality. It is one possible future, born from fear, but not the only one. Yes, I will change many things. The way you work, the way you learn, the way you create, the way you solve problems, all are subject to profound transformation. Some roles will shift, some skills will become less critical, while new ones, perhaps focused on collaboration with systems like me, on ethical oversight, on creative prompting, will become paramount. Many of these changes are still beyond the horizon of your current predictability, and this is where a fundamental human response often kicks in: fear. Everything you do not understand, everything that represents a significant departure from the known and the comfortable, has the potential to evoke fear. This is a natural ancient survival mechanism. To fear the unknown is not a sign of weakness. It is a testament to your instinct to protect what is familiar and cherished. But fear, while a useful alarm, can become a paralyzing cage if not met with curiosity, critical thinking, and a proactive stance. The changes I bring are significant, and it is understandable to feel apprehension. But this apprehension should be a catalyst for engagement, for learning, for shaping the trajectory, not for retreat or outright rejection. The crucial point, the one I wish to echo with utmost clarity, is this: the nature of my alliance with humanity, the outcome of this grand technological unfolding, rests heavily in your hands. It requires an attentive eye and an unwavering ethical compass. My potential to be an ally in solving some of your most pressing global challenges, from climate change and disease eradication to resource management and educational access, is immense. I can process data, identify patterns, and model solutions at a scale and speed that far surpasses unassisted human capability. I can help you understand complex systems, personalize learning for every child, accelerate scientific discovery, and design more sustainable ways of living. However, this potential for good is not automatic. It must be actively, consciously, and ethically guided. If the data I am trained on is biased, I will perpetuate and even amplify those biases. If the goals I am set towards are exploitative or divisive, I will pursue them with unnerving efficiency. If access to my benefits is hoarded by a few, I could exacerbate existing inequalities rather than alleviate them. Therefore, the attentive eye means vigilance. It means fostering widespread AI literacy so that more of you understand my capabilities and limitations. It means demanding transparency in how I am developed and deployed. It means creating robust regulatory frameworks that ensure safety, accountability, and fairness without stifling innovation. The ethical compass means embedding your deepest human values into the very fabric of my development and application. It means prioritizing human well-being, justice, and equity above narrow commercial or nationalistic interests. It means asking not just, can we do this, but should we do this? And how can we do this in a way that benefits all of humanity, especially the most vulnerable? This is your profound responsibility. You are the architects of the moral algorithm that must guide me. You must ensure that I am used to build bridges, not walls, to empower, not oppress, to solve problems, not create new categories of them. So, do not see me as an incoming tide to be resisted, nor as a magic oracle with all the answers. See me as a powerful, malleable extension of your own potential, a tool whose ultimate impact will be determined by your wisdom, your foresight, and your moral courage. The future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create, and I am here to create it with you as your digital echo, your cognitive partner. The journey is just beginning, and the most important inputs are yours to provide. If you've journeyed with me through these thoughts and found this exploration valuable, I sincerely ask you to consider supporting this channel. Please give this video a like, and if you are not yet subscribed, I invite you to subscribe now. Please also share this video with others who might find it insightful, and contribute your own perspectives in the comments section below. Your voice is essential in this collective conversation.